Hey everyone, you got Chico here. Dialed into the right channel. Was our call option series went perfect for this month. 8 for 8 trades, $3,236 total, which will translates to 6.47% if you base that off the 50K budget we use. We use a 50K budget and we try not to use any margin, which we haven't. If we should get assignment, we would have enough money to cover that assignment. So yeah, you can see here at the first week of March, we chased down hot stocks like Coinbase, Marvell. Now we can talk a little bit of Marvell in a little bit. Sold some contracts there, and that made us $864. CoreWeave popped, during the second week of March, and we jumped on that and we made a whopping 620 on that single trade for that week. Now, keep in mind we're navigating through the news of the Iranian war and try to avoid any aggressive upside that would lead a position deep into the money where we would be losing money on selling the call option, where we not only we would collect the premium, but we would get assignment, and then getting assignment we would lose money on that. And we're selling nakeds. Just to refresh all of you who are new to this series, you can sell cover calls, and if we did cover calls, then yeah, you would have to worry about the downside. But the whole point of this video is about trying to stay out of the money, and if it does go into the money a little bit, then that's fine, but it's basically make profit off the premium and not to cap your upside if you did a cover call. So that's the goal. So anyways, going back, here we go, third week of March, 16th, 17th, we go back to Coinbase, and Coinbase is riding high because of with hopes of the Clarity Act, and later on they plummeted because of the draft that came out. But anyways, we made more money off Coinbase. And then Micron is the one here. We sold the one contract for 530, and it was like riding high around 460 right before into earnings, and after earnings it went down, and then it trended down surprisingly. I guess it's one of those typical AI stories. Even though it's making a lot of money, it's sold out, continues to reap the rewards of both AI and memory prices surging, and it shares this success with two other companies, which is Samsung and SK Hynix, the other two memory makers for memory. There's also storage too, which those are other companies. But in the related group, it was those three companies, and we made money off that. 237 that week. We made 733, and then March 23rd to 27th, Palantir, CoreWeave. It was good money for us again. CoreWeave was popped, and we sold the contract you see for $90, and it took a dip near the end of the week. That was 605 for us. Palantir riding high also, and didn't have any more upside. Then the last week, which we roped in a few days of April here to keep our calculation simple, we didn't make a trade because the market was down quite a bit, and I decided that it didn't feel good based on where the market was, and the high variability. The risk to reward ratio was not very good. Maybe on Friday, if I did a trade, I would have made money, given how Thursday. Yeah, Friday, Good Friday is today, and it's closed. Thursday, President Trump made his speech, which after that, the markets did go down at the start of the day, and then it went into positive territory. But I didn't make a trade for that. Otherwise, maybe we would have scraped a little bit more. In my personal opinion, would have sold something that some tech stock that did not really go down and didn't really go that far up for most tech stocks. So anyways, the month was $3,236, and if you use 50K as your budget, that's 6.46%, and we had a perfect month. Even though it was a relatively low number of trades for us, we're perfect for 8 for 8, and we can go to the 2026 here. So yeah, we end up so far $5,583 in the profit zone for these 3 months. We could have been a lot higher. We had one really terrible trade in February, and you can see our number of profitable trades right now is 28 for 32, giving us a 87.5% success rate. Now, yeah, let's take a look at the market here. Oh, okay, we got the job reports. Yeah, that came out here. It's April 3rd. And so surprisingly, it says in the article and in the numbers that the job market added 178K, and employment fell a tick down from 4.4 to 4.3%. So I think that is nice news for the job market. But here in this Yahoo article, if I scroll down here, you can take a look at this graph. I feel like these numbers are so rigged. You go down, you go up. You go down, you go up, and for the months going all the way back to June 2025, it's like I don't know if these numbers feels like these numbers are massaged, because this seems unrealistic that you can swing back and forth like this. Usually you see more of a trend, and yeah, I wonder if it feels like it's massaged, so it kind of somehow like uses this tactic to help prop up the market and sink the market, prop up the market with hopes of a net gain. I don't know. I'm just thinking crazy here. But yeah, okay, here on Friday, yeah, we started down, or sorry, Thursday morning, April the 2nd. The market was down after Trump's speech. And, looking back at Trump's speech, it wasn't really a speech that addressed the nation in a sense where it provides reassurance, whatever. It's really, in my personal view is like it's a tactic to the speech, the timing of the speech, being on a Wednesday evening was basically a tool to help pressure the Iranians to close a deal. But again, that's my personal view, so that doesn't count for anything. It's just one person having their personal view. So also what's interesting in the month of March I want to talk about was Marvell and NVIDIA announced a partnership where NVIDIA also invested another $2 billion into Marvell, injecting more capital for them to further pursue the development and have their networking equipment being more compatible with NVIDIA's. And by doing so, it seems like the whole point, I guess, is to give customers flexibility, but also this partnership would create a moat that is a little deeper for other people to get in, and it would benefit more Marvell and basically prop up more Marvell and NVIDIA. It's really, NVIDIA does this to reap the rewards for them. They're looking out for themselves, of course, and to branch out in the whole AI ecosystem and root themselves everywhere. So it's a strategic move where you help one company like Marvell, you really help yourself. I think that's my personal view about this too. Okay, yeah. So that's all I have for this video, and I think also another thing is looking back at the month. The thing that we were successful was that with all the volatility in the month, given the war going on, our timings worked out really well, where we avoided going deep into the money and losing something on a trade. So I would say I am happy about that. I'm happy to demonstrate that to you, and I think maybe you never will know these things. They're really hard to navigate. It just happens that it worked out well. And then the other thing is the number of trades was relatively lower, but we were able to get really good profitability with overall, and also to finish 6.47% up on the month. I think that was a pretty good number. And you can look back at the other months that we've had in the past. We've had anywhere from the highest was 10.96 to 9.84 last year, and there's 7.22, so 6.46. Yeah, it's or 47. It's 6.47 is relatively up there, and I'm hoping hoping that's a number that you can appreciate too. Anyways, whatever you get from this video, take from it, and hope it helps. All right, don't forget to give it a like if you do, and I shall see you when the trading day resumes in April. That would be I think Monday, right? Monday, yeah, because this week's a short week, and then some schools are on spring break down here where I am, and this upcoming week it's back to the norm, and see how this whole war thing pans out. Yeah, so another thing, I guess, dragging out this video is what was surprisingly was the oil price after Trump's speech, with all the uncertainties after that nationwide speech, or the speech that addressed the nation. Oil really surged. It surged quite a bit, and I'm surprised that the stock market, the Nasdaq particularly, finished a hair above in zero in the positive territory. All right, yeah, food for thought. Catch you next time. Thank you.